Who's hey guys? Who's mad at me over the Matty Sodto thing? Anyone got their feels up over Toddy One Skip's vid about Matty? Why you mad at me? Uh-oh. Hey, are you there?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was messing with my ring light.
We got the armpit of 1980 millennial. She's got an armpit, folks. If you guys thought that was going to come off online just like the septum ring, you're wrong. That's official.
Armpit exposed.
There you go. Armpit gate.
Armpit gate. How's everybody doing? I'm
How
good.
Good.
Run a little bit behind, but all good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh man, thank you for coming. It's always fun to do stuff with you.
We have a blast.
We sure do. So, how was your day today? Not that you need to get into anything personal with me, but how was your day today, lady?
It was good. My first rose of my personal rose garden bloomed today, so that was exciting.
Excellent. Is that just a regular red rose then?
Yes, it is. I bought some fancy roses last year, and
fancy selling roses now?
No. Actually fancy looking roses, but those died, and then the rootstock they were attached to came back with good old fashioned sturdy roses, and those are doing good and blooming now. So
awesome. I thought fancy took up another business. Mustard mayo. Hello, Julie. Can you see anything, Jelly?
Yeah, it looks like. Hey, CJB, we got Kathy Hannah, Susan Ryan, Edie Cook, Mustard Mayo, Patchouli Julie.
Oh, Susan Ryan. Yep. You could read a lot quicker than me. You could. Fits and giggles.
He sucks.
Yeah. So how's the weather where you're at?
We've had a little bit of storms, but it's clear at the moment.
Okay.
How about you? Is it cold there?
It's still friggin' chilly out there. I had on my hat. I had on the hat that covers the ears and all that stuff and the faux fur. Yes, I did. I had it on. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I put up a video about Matty Sodto, and somebody was saying, and I'm not doing this to call them out. I just would like to know what they're mad about. Oh, I think it's about Matty Sodto. I don't know if they're mad about what I put out there or if they're just mad over the whole Matty Sodto situation. Are you familiar with that case at all?
No, I'm not. I started to look into it and it upset me so bad. I felt like for my own mental health, that wasn't one that I would look into. Because I got so horrified right away.
Well, I don't want to visit the case with you.
You're good.
Because, I'm not trying to upset you, but my problem is that with all of the evidence that they have, Millennial, why are they cutting a deal with that mother?
I can't imagine, because I don't know hardly anything about it at all, but I think she should definitely be in jail. Yeah, prison.
For the very least, endangerment.
Yeah.
I mean, for the very, very least, child endangerment. The very least. But I just don't understand what it takes the police to cover something to you know what I mean? What does it take? Do we really just have to solve the cases for them? And you know what else I've noticed? So this is true. And I love, the court TV and mainstream stuff. But now they're coming to content creators and actually asking, what's our opinion, as, putting weight behind our opinion. I have a concern about that, because we have some people that think they're reporters and they're not. And some people giving out false information and they shouldn't be, right? And the other thing is, where the hell are the real journalists? I don't claim to be a journalist or a reporter. I took one course in it 100 years ago. I mean, so
it's
I'm
a really
not held.
Phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not held to that accountability. And I shouldn't be held to that standard, because
I
don't claim to be that.
it feels like a lot of the bigger places like that you said that are coming to small channels are basically seeing that small channels are doing the hard legwork.
It's not just
Basically,
the small channels. It's not just the small channels. Like the Matty Sodto case, they're going to Griselda. Her name is Griselda. I'm sorry, and she's Grizzly Crime. That's a substantial channel. I love her channel.
well,
And
I guess
they're
small
going to
channel is the
Gray
wrong.
Hughes. I mean, they're
Yeah.
going to alternative. They're going to be. I don't know.
Alternative media is what I should have
Right.
said, as opposed to
Right.
small channel. Like you said, they're not official journalists held to journalistic
Not as
standards
far
and
as
stuff.
I know. Not as
And
far as I know.
they're letting channels like that do their legwork and hard stuff for them, and then basically crediting them in order to not have to do the hard work research and be held to that is what it kind of feels like sometimes. Do you get that impression ever?
I get the impression that definitely, that it seems to me, it's just that it's so they're going through like how we have content creators that are going through those FOIAs with a fine tooth comb. I am not. I don't have the time, and I don't
Right.
just want to cover Gypsy, but we have Nina and Ivory, and they're reading them word
Mhm.
for word for word, and Into the Weeds had the pictures and they were going over. I mean, there's so many content creators that are going over
Yeah.
the FOIAs, and I give them a lot of credit because that's a lot, So, but where are the mainstream media journalists, people that actually have degrees and stuff going over? They're not. They're coming on to these channels, and that's where they're starting to get information from. And
Mhm.
and I'm not, listen, I don't think they should be getting information from me either. So it's not that I'm, thinking, well, why them, not me? Unless there is like true crime, hidden gems, that hidden true crime with the husband and wife. Now I believe she was a full-fledged journalist, and so
I
they can
think I know
hold
what you're
her.
talking about. I think so.
Yeah, everybody knows it's
Mhm.
a great channel. They cover a
Yeah.
lot of the Mormon stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And and but they did the Jen Soto. They secured a phone call with the grandparents, well, with Stefan's parents. So that's nothing to do with Mormons. So they're really, but I think she was legitimately a journalist. Like, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I can understand her, being held to that accountability because and responsibility, because she has said that that's who she is. She also gets into things as press or something. And I don't know them to have said anything out of step or anything like that. So they seem, and he's a doctor, he's a legitimate doctor. So, that I get. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Gazilda has, maybe she does have some sort of degree. I don't know. I'm not, I'm just saying it's like, why are people like, it just goes down to who's doing their job anymore. Like, who's doing their actual
Exactly.
job anymore?
That's why I said it feels like, the official people are wanting to let the unofficial people do the legwork and the hard stuff, and then just kind of credit them and run with it. And there's a level there where that's great and good because it elevates the work done by the unofficial channels. But
Right.
also at the same time, there's an element of laziness to it when this is your actual paid job and degree and all
Right.
this stuff, and you don't do your own lead work. You just credit unofficial
Right.
channels. So
Right.
it can go both ways. I think it kind of depends on the tone of it, the context, how it's done, how often it's done too,
Yeah.
honestly.
My friend Jay from Guilty of Crime has just like
Hey, Don.
given her blood, sweat, and tears to the Matty Sodto case. Has
Yeah.
really dedicated a lot of time and
Well, our
interviews and
friend
such
Cutting
like
Board
that.
Don, I know, has done a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's here. She's in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
Dawn's been not feeling 100% well, so everybody shout out some love for Cutting Board Dawn. Then go over to her channel and subscribe. And as you guys know, 1980 Millennial, if you don't know, go over to her channel and subscribe.
Hey, everybody.
And so
hey, Jamie, Milk Honey Mayhem's here.
yes, Milk Honey, go over to her channel and subscribe. Milk Honey and Mayhem puts out a video every Sunday about Pulaski or the area, Giles
Love her
County, I
history
think it
videos.
is. Giles County, I think it is.
Everybody
Grizzly
knows
was a commercial pilot. She was a commercial pilot. She was a commercial pilot.
Wow.
You know, I only know one other female that was a commercial pilot. She's amazing. You know who else I like? Plunder. Plunder. You should check out Plunder. Plunder.
Okay.
She goes over these cases just as well. But let me tell you something. She at the end of every show, she does a Bible verse.
Oh, cool.
I mean, and she's not cursing on her channel. She goes right to the facts and stuff. She's really, and she's got a great voice. Excuse me.
But a lot of people love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you should check her out. She's cool. Plunder. And she gets a lot of foyers. Gotcha. You know. So
nice.
Yeah,
I agree with Jamie.
I agree too. Well, you guys know that I think and I know this is off topic what we were really talking about here, but it just happened to roll off, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So I think that we'll get into what surprises us the most about Gypsy Rose. We gotta let some shit kick in. Everybody that indulges, don't overindulge, but indulge. We're gonna have a fun time for a little bit here.
Enjoy with us, y'all.
Yep. Kick it up. So to me, the Gabby Patito case was the case that made YouTubers seem more important, more legitimate, more oh wow, this is a whole community out here and they have more eyes than anybody. You know what I'm saying? They took us more they took us more serious. I say us, was not anywhere. I wasn't on social media doing, I had done something 100 years, not 100 years ago. I had done something about 10 years, 15 years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, I guess. I had done something and on social media, but like during the Gabby Patito case, I was like everybody else home with, I worked, thankfully, my job, I need to be there. But that was during, the pandemic when we were learning to stay 6 feet apart from each other as if we weren't already,
Right.
But so and then it was the YouTubers that found that van. Remember, a YouTuber, and that's how they were able to find the body. And
Absolutely.
so and Rebecca Michello, and I don't mean to throw Rebecca under the bus, but they have done a few interviews about the loss of Corey, her grandson, right, because of the treadmill dad. Right. So how they spent more time rearranging the furniture in her house than doing the interview. And then as soon as it's 10 minutes later and it's done, it's over with. They don't even have it on for anything more than maybe 2 minutes on the station. And then the story's over. In the meantime, you have somebody on News Nation, okay, where that does the thing, Cuomo, right? And I liked him. Chris Cuomo. And he promises to stay on the case. And 2 days later, who's Corey Michello? So I think that content creators, I think they get a lot more invested.
Yeah.
And it's not just the case for them. I mean, they do get to, I know all about Gypsy, like more than I want to know about her. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we get really involved because we hear each other. We support each other's channels by listening to each other's channels. And from that, we learn things. Yes. And so also, we want to know what the opposing things, and now we want to actually read into the case and find out, wait a minute, what's going on here and such. So we get to know a lot more than I think. And I guess we have the freedom to, because we work for ourselves per se. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Our driving force of what we cover is what our commoners want to see and want to talk about. Whereas so much of the mainstream media has,
Did you call them our commoners?
Yeah, our commenters.
Oh, I thought you said commoners. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, what? Oh my gosh. No, I'm the biggest commenter there is. No, our commenters.
Okay.
Yeah, what they want to talk about is where we go. Whereas so often a lot of the mainstream news stations get controlling forces coming in from not only just what the CEOs and stuff want to see, but the ad companies, what they want ads shown on and things like that. So yeah, I feel like we have so much more leeway because we're following what our commoners want to see mostly,
I want to put up some stuff from our friends here.
Nice.
Kathleen Flex says, hello, Milk Honey and Cutting Board. Working on something on the Matty Sodto case. It's such an upsetting case. It is, man. Dawn, I'd love to do something with you on that if you ever. I like Gavin Fish as well. He's another one. These people, they don't cover Gypsy so much. They cover, they're covering this case, and they're covering. Well, what's really weird, and this is what I found out. And again, guys, I apologize. This is just we will talk about Gypsy, but now I'm just like going places in my own
Go where
head.
the combo takes us.
Yeah, this is I think you guys will. I think people that might not be part of the content creating part of this, and even some content creators might appreciate this. This is what I found. I found that, and I'm not stupid. I'm not an ignorant person as far as things like this go. But as I'm going into other cases, there's whole other communities of content creators.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole other school you're going to on your first day. And you're just getting to meet the tables that are in the classroom. So there's a few content creators I'm just going to give a huge shout out to, because, and listen, I'm new to these cases. I think some of these content creators might, I don't know. These are people that right now I'm watching their content when it comes to the Brian Kohlberger case and to the Delphi case. The Delphi case is the one with the little girls on the bridge. And man, okay. And then the Idaho 4 case.
Right.
Okay. So
yeah, I watched a little bit of one of your streams on those. People are very adamant about Kohlberger one way or the other. There seems to be no middle ground.
Yeah. Well, there's a middle ground with me, because and Jamie and I are debating this all the time. We're sending each other content creators shit. Oh, and we're listening. We're open-minded. We're listening. I think that she's still obviously 100% convinced that it's Brian, and I have doubt. I have doubt, but then there's things that I hear and I'm like, if that's true, and it's all a matter of, what's true. And this is why it's so important that content creators put out the facts. You know what I'm saying? Because, then speculate. You know what I mean? Then say it's speculation. But, and then the Delphi case, like, I'm totally on the fence with that. Like, I really thought, and I think he made confessions. Now, I know that I'm talking about Richard Allen, the Delphi guy, that on the man on the bridge per se. He made confessions. However, he was put in prison before he was tried. Let me repeat that. There's a difference between jail and prison. Everybody that goes to prison goes to jail first.
Right.
Not the case with Richard Allen.
Really?
There is no this is FACTS. He was put in a maximum security prison while awaiting trial for that case. And not only that, 13 months in solitaire. 13 months in solitaire. I told you that New York just got done with they had this this where, oh God, what is it when people don't want to go to work and they strike? They had this strike.
Oh, yeah.
And part of the thing was not just money, but it was the HALT program, which the government or New York State or whomever said, listen, you can't keep somebody in solitaire for more than this amount of time. And the guard said, that's our only punishment, is to threaten solitaire. You can't give it to them for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So they had this guy in there for 13 months and then he confessed. Now, he said at one point, I'll confess to anything, just tell me what to confess. I'll confess to anything. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, and I don't think he matches. Oh God, it's so hard. Anyway,
I get you.
But over there, so they have a drip drop. So drip drop is Crime Circus. Have you ever seen Crime Circus?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so he's very interesting. He dresses as a darker clown per se. And I've been watching Pavarotti, Jay Embry. Have you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so he's very pro Burger, and he has a lot of information on the Koberger case. And
like he pro Koberger innocent.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, but he has like he has receipts, and if you listen to him and those receipts are true, then I understand that.
Right.
Fracy is saying I watch Strip Drop. Patchouli Julie, I watch Strip Drop. Yeah, so hey CJ, love sack sheriff. Let me say that 3 times fast. And then who else? There's another guy. I really, really like him as well. He's from the UK. Harsh Reality. Harsh
That one sounds
Reality.
familiar. I think I might have seen that one a couple times. Yeah.
He's really good too. Like he's and these are pro burgers, but pro burgers supposedly with these facts that seem to be true. So yeah, Crime Circus is great. People are saying you gotta check him out. He's a little dark, but check him out.
I'm curious.
Carmela makes no sense. I don't know who donated to Carmela. That name has come up. At first, Hombre thought Brian was guilty. But no more. Thank you. Check it out, Dark. Okay. Harshback and Gabby Patito. I started watching the Harshback. Really, Milk Honey and Mayhem, because he's on my side. He thinks Brian's innocent. I think Brian's innocent. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, what surprised you the most about, and this is open to everybody, what surprised you the most? Hey, Angel Eyes, what surprised you the most about Gypsy?
Well, when she come out, what surprised me the most is I thought that she would have, the common sense and self-awareness to at least pretend to be humble. And I really thought there would be fake humility about the chances that she keeps getting, but no, I was so wrong.
What made you think that she would be humbled?
I didn't know that she would necessarily actually feel that way, but I thought she would at least have the, self-awareness, social cue capacity to realize that people would want that from her in her circumstance, but she does not.
Did you think that this is that channel Harsh Reality? Did you think that this is what I should have put up?
Yeah, I didn't expect her to be like, I don't identify as a murderer. I didn't do the actual guy. I thought she would continue what we saw. Let's see. I think it's from her parole hearing or something like that, where, she was like, talking
Where she
about the
lied to everybody? No.
lied to everybody,
Yes, she
talked about
did.
the accountability she had to take. I thought that she would continue that line and that it would be more of a matter of watching her body language to know if it was fake, but she didn't even try.
She didn't. She didn't try. She's somebody that really, the thing is, she cares what people think, but not enough to do anything about it. She would
Yeah.
rather spend her energy changing everybody's way of thinking than just changing her behavior. She would rather, seriously, and get her mindless minions on the same page than just change your behavior, because it's not right. Like, just change your behavior. It's as simple as that. It's not right.
Well, I
I
feel
have
like the
many
only
things
type
about
of
her. I'm finding the fact that A-lines dates. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Wait, I didn't know what that said. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Hey, Trixie, how you doing?
I've lost what I was going to say. Give me just a minute.
Wait a minute. Nick isn't the only one in the world who would do anything for someone, and people have gotten jacked up for less than words. I agree. It's a little dark here.
Well, I remember what I was going to say. It feels like the only type of relationships that Gypsy has any kind of value on is if people fight for her. You know what I mean? And that's what that one time when Christy Blanchard came up on that live I was on and I had the opportunity to ask her a question, I said, it feels like for Gypsy, it's really, really important to her for anybody that she has any type of relationship with that they fight for her on social media. Do you feel pressure to do that? She said no, of course, and some other stuff. I'm not sure I believe that, but I don't believe that. But I feel like that is a huge thing in Gypsy's mind. People fight for her on social media, and that so social media and clapbacks just really cloud every single aspect of her life. Like she judges everything by that.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
Weird.
she has over Renell Smith on board. How you doing, Renell? Much love to Renell Smith, an amazing content creator. Those that don't know Renell, shame on you. Go over to her channel right now.
Like, yeah.
Go over to her channel right now and subscribe. Renell is all about truth and all about trying to make things right on the internet. She is who I call the social conscience, right? Of the web. Totally so. I'm humbled by her. So seriously, I want to know, and I'm serious about that, but we want to do funny stuff. That's not funny, that's serious. I have so much respect for Renell. She was going
I'm grabbing a drink of water.
She was going over or getting she was getting sued for shit that she had nothing to do with, to get her to shut up, and she kept it under wraps and continued on with her channel and continued on. Is that not real either, that babushka? What the hell is going to fall off of your face and head?
I'm not good at tying my scarf.
But Renell was going under all of this shit, and still she was amazing and helpful to me. She was she was putting stuff online, and she just held it together, and she put out a video that explains everything she went through during that time. Like, she was actually getting sued and shit.
Katie Joy.
Yeah, it had something to do with Katie Joy. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with it. I don't want to speak out about it. You guys should check out that video because that's class. CLASS. Back to Gypsy Ahoy. I think that you're absolutely right about the fact that she wants people fighting over her, but she has over 9 million subscribers or something like that. And I was shocked that she was in my comments one day. And I told her, get out. Like, get out of my comments. Because, and I even wrote, why do you care? I have less than 20,000 subscribers. Why do you care what I have to say about you?
Right.
You have over 9 million followers. Why do you care what I have to say? Something's wrong with that.
I felt that way. I felt a little confused when, like, and I
I
already
thought you were
knew.
going to say you felt jealous because she was in my comments, not yours.
Oh, no, I felt a little confused whenever Christy Blanchard told me that she watches my channel all the time. And
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, and I already knew that she watched sometimes because she shared a few of my fancy things on TikTok. And so I thought that there might be a chance that she'd only saw my anti-fancy stuff. But no, apparently
Ooh.
she watches it all.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
tiny
like,
channel. I have 2,000, almost 2,300 subscribers who I love. Thank you all. But yeah.
where does it say who you are? What do I need to post here? What am I missing?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought somebody asked if you had a channel or something.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, someone said I did a reveal video, and how we know that my nose ring isn't real. Kung Fu Panda. Hey, Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
My nose ring isn't real. Dawn isn't a cutting board, and Toddy might not even skip.
You weren't supposed to say anything about the skipping part.
Now it's out there, Toddy. We're all exposed.
I'm down with it. I'm
Hey,
down
Mr.
with
Girl.
it. Yep. So the thing that's got me most surprised about Gypsy is ongoing. And that's the fact that she just continues. Like, she just continues, even though she seems to care enough to look at everybody's content. I'm convinced everybody's content. Why mine? 20,000 subscribers. You know how many content creators? Hundreds of thousands. So you're going to everybody's content to change a narrative that you continue to act. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, I used to, when I was younger, I always used to say, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. And my mom used to say, stop telling me and show me. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling me and show me. So, I mean, that's Gypsy to a T, you know, but at some age, I stopped doing that. I got it. My actions need to match my words. Gypsy's still not there yet.
Yeah, for sure. It's that's another thing that really, really shocked me. I never expected her to get out of prison and continue the same pattern that Dee Dee taught her, which is to be pitiful for sympathy online so people give you money. Like,
so how much do you think? So now that you see this, okay, so you see that there's a turn with, now you see that people are now questioning you see that people are now questioning how bad Dee Dee was. Was it Dee Dee that was grifting, or was it Gypsy that was having her grift? Was it Dee Dee that was running her to the doctors and malingering, or was it Gypsy that was lying about her symptoms that were causing Dee Dee to take her to the doctors? Like the example of about the seizures, you know, the seizure that, and then she went on, you know, and she was supposed to be numb in the legs or something, and then she said no, you know, that she made that up. Not that she made it up, but that she faked it for longer than need be. And another question is, now people, and I've heard like echoes of this, and I was like, no, but now that we've seen just how demonic Gypsy is, I mean, and that's not even dark comedy. It's fucking true, in my opinion. Now that we see who she is, was Dee Dee trying to protect us from her, as opposed to protect Gypsy, you know, from the world? Was she trying to protect the world from Gypsy? You know what I'm saying? You see how there's now there's a turn, there's a shift in stuff. There's definitely a shift in stuff.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think that there's a huge possibility that Dee Dee was trying to keep Gypsy away from people because of
Thank you.
Gypsy's wild
Thank you,
impulse.
Sativa. I'm sorry.
You're good. Sativa birthday. I like that.
Well, and she said, good question, that I asked a good question.
You did ask a good question. I just like her name too. That's cool. Sativa.
I love it too. I've got it a long time ago. Sativa. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, you're good. So I do think that that's a huge possibility, likely very true. I mean, yeah, Gypsy tended to act fool a lot in public from that wheelchair. No telling what she would have done running around wild. But I'm never going to believe that it was 100% Gypsy and that Dee Dee wasn't grifting, stealing, and exaggerating. I just, saw too much on the time and of too many.
Do you know when they got caught stealing?
Mhm.
Do you know if it was also Dee Dee that got caught stealing, or was it all in Gypsy's possession? Was
I
it
don't
all
know
like
that.
that'd be
I
a question I'd love to know the answer to. Becca,
I feel like I
when you do
saw
more
a Becca.
investigation. What's that?
I'm pretty sure I saw the police report on that, and I think it said the two of them, but I can't remember for sure. I know it definitely mentioned items stuck in the wheelchair, but I thought it said the two of them in Hobby Lobby, and there was an instance in Walmart too, I believe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
it's
think there were definitely
have to
two
go back and look. I
instances.
can't remember.
This is another thing. So Gypsy took it to a whole other level. Yeah, I've heard about that too. I definitely have heard about that too. Walmart was Gypsy.
Yeah, and
No
the thing
one
is,
talks.
there's a lot of, information out there of messages from Dee Dee and from Gypsy at that time. I don't take any messages of either one of them said as truth. We got that message from Aaliyah or from Gypsy to Aaliyah where she listed all of her mom's illnesses. I don't
Right.
take that as proof that Dee Dee had all those. Gypsy would lie about anything, anytime. And Dee Dee would lie to protect Gypsy about anything, anytime. So nothing in messages from them speaks to truth to me. So.
Becca, I don't see you in the why. Everybody's saying hi to Becca. Like, I don't see Becca in here. Becca, come on up. Come on, Becca. There's a question people want to ask about.
Leyland Squirrels, yeah. The lifetime ban seemed to have evaporated after Gypsy became a lifetime star.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And she went right into Hobby Lobby too, right on television after being banned for life on parole.
Yeah, filming.
On parole. Who does, like, come on, don't tell me she's not getting the stuff. Oh, maybe Becca's not in here. Maybe because I said Becca Scoops. Well, because I say Becca Scoops a certain way. It's Becca Scoops. Even when I'm talking to her, like, I'll go, Becca Scoops.
There she is. She's asking for a link.
She wants the link. Okay, let me figure that out. I'm joking. Come on up. Because somebody's asking about the microcephaly and
Dee Dee always talked about the microcephaly a lot, and she was big on saying Gypsy had the mind of a 6-year-old. I think that was an excuse for her behavior.
How you doing, Becca Scoops?
Hey,
Becca.
guys.
How's it going?
It's going, man. I was doing some crazy stuff with YouTube. Just headache, which 1980,
Oh yeah. Always.
Yeah, but I'm good.
Can you turn your mic up a little bit? Because unfortunately I'm not morbid and I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, please.
Yeah. Let's see. Is that better?
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
So,
good. Yeah.
So how you doing? Everything's
I'm good. I'm good. Just headache with YouTube right now, but it's
I'm
okay.
sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that.
So I'm trying to, we're going to do our first live. And so there's a lot of
I'm so
things I'm
excited.
trying to prepare for it. And like Nightbot is one of the things I was trying to get. It's like that little system, you have, little
Yeah, the
Nightbot in the
organization.
chat. Okay. Long story short, like many of you, you probably had your YouTube channel for many years, right? Same
Well,
with me. Well, go ahead.
yeah, I've had the channel, I guess, but I haven't really been active in the way that we're active on it, today.
Right. Me too. So for years and years and years, for like, since 2011, I have had this YouTube channel. And it was just in the last year we decided to make videos, right? Okay.
Right. And great videos. I know
Thanks.
everybody knows who Becca Scoops is, but
Thank
those
you.
5 people that do not know Becca
No,
Scoops,
stop
run
it.
to her channel.
Stop
Run
it.
to her channel. Do
No,
not
no, no,
walk.
no. Not
And
necessary.
please, yes, please. She,
Um,
excellent. Go ahead. Excellent.
Anyways, yeah, I have 2 YouTube channels, right? I've had
Now
them for
she's
like
showing
years.
off. Now she's showing
No, no,
off,
no, no, no,
folks.
no, 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 no. I
I'm
just
sorry.
had them. I don't know why I had 2 of them. I don't even know why,
Okay.
And
That's the
so
problem.
what happened was I'm trying to integrate to like a Discord or integrate to like the Nightbot system, and it kept hooking up to my non-Becca Scoops channel. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this has got to be an easy fix, right? Easy. No, this one YouTube specialist, I say that in quotes, was like, no, you'll never be basically she told me you'll never be able to do that. I'm like, well, that's going to kind of suck because I've been building this channel for over a year, lady.
Right.
Anyways, but finally got a different person to help me, and I think we've got it fixed. So now I'm here to chat with you guys. So what's up? What are we talking about?
So we're talking about what surprises us the most about Gypsy. What has been the biggest surprise about Gypsy? I know
For
there's
me,
a lot.
Yeah.
My answer to that, Becca, was I thought she would at least try and fake some humility about all the grace she's been given and the sweetheart plea deal and everything.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. That you would think with her background, with what they were doing, that she would know that even if she doesn't feel it, right? Fake it.
Yeah.
Fake the humility. Fake the. It just goes to show you how strong that kind of that narcissistic personality is. That she cannot do it. Cannot do it. Yeah.
And the thing that surprised me the most is the constant surprising that she gives us on a daily, that she comes after, like, I have less than 20,000 subscribers, and
Right.
she made a point of like showing up in my comments, and I told her to leave. I'm like, what are you doing here? You have over 9 million followers. What do you care about what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and to me, it's like nothing. And she doesn't seem to get it. It's like either nobody of importance has called her out on her, or she doesn't care. But it's like her words never match the actions. Like, I don't care what they say about me on social media. Let me get into this woman's live stream of maybe a couple thousand people here. I have 9 million, but what the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's like she's crazy about it, and and her behavior just continues on. And now, and I'm grateful the content creators that have come out now and have made a bunch of videos about how Bree has been used by Gypsy in like doxing people and getting people into trouble. Somebody said, I had watched one, and it almost seemed like the person had said that the investigation is over about the stuff with Bree and stuff. And I thought, well, that's not true.
No,
I
it's not.
don't
That's
think
not
that
true at all.
investigation is over at all.
No.
But yeah, so and then we were also talking about, and I think that I would love to hear your opinion on this. Millennial and I were talking about how mainstream media is now become almost reliant on the alternative, the social media. Like I have found so much now when I'm watching in the news and stuff where they'll say, and from this channel, and they'll bring up,
Yeah.
and a lot of times it's been the hidden true crime thing, people that we've talked about, you know, the husband and wife team,
Yeah.
Matthias, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but it's also been like grisly true crime now, you know, and I think that that's amazing, but I also feel like, you know, why aren't they doing their job? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a
Yeah.
reporter, and I know that Matthias was a legitimate reporter, and they're saying that Grizzly was a commercial pilot. I'm not. She's
Right.
got a great channel, friggin'
Right.
great channel. Goes over things. I mean, like, she's really specific about what she goes over. Her channel is not really about opinion. I mean, she's reading the facts. She puts her own opinions in there, but you
Right.
know, and yet these journalists that have gone to school and you know what media used to be and how we used to rely and
Yeah.
depend upon it has now shifted to where it's almost not even taken seriously so much. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know that where are all the I don't know. I know that you and I, Toddy, are a little bit older than most of the people here, but we
Speak for
remember
yourself.
Watergate, right?
Yes,
We were
I
kids.
remember.
I mean, we were still kids in you know the
Yes.
70s, but you know that whole Watergate, you know, situation with those two reporters that basically put their lives on the line pretty much to, you know, uncover what was going on in the White House.
Right.
And where are those people is what you're asking, right? Where are those kind of reporters?
Where are
Mhm.
the passion for it, the drive for
Yeah,
the people that want to get on the ground and do the dirty. They're
right.
content creators now. They
It's
are.
it falls to us who we aren't trained reporters or journalists, right? You know.
No, I'm not, for sure. I'm not.
Yeah. But
It's I used oh, I'm sorry,
go
Becca.
ahead. No, go ahead, 1980.
I used to consider the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, just a real, you know, bastion of wonderful, hard
So did I.
stuff
Yeah.
until I found out that Diana's Panorama interview that Martin Bashir actually forged documents that made her so paranoid to believe that people were turned against her in a way that they really weren't yet, that we know
Right.
of, because he
Right.
forged documents to show her to get that interview. And then when the BBC found out about it, they just let it go. They literally just let it go. So yeah, kind of
pretty
goes back to
shocking.
what y'all are talking about. I trust YouTube content creators more these days. Everything has
Yeah.
to be vetted, obviously, and you're
Yeah.
on a judgment call, but good
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, you see some legitimate, you know, people that were used to be in the real news business, like Megyn Kelly and some others that are coming to YouTube, right? To,
Yeah.
you know, they've left mainstream media basically, and they've come to
Mhm.
YouTube, and you know that's encouraging to me also. That, well, okay, maybe the tide will turn. The Gypsy story hasn't gotten there yet. That's, I guess, what's very upsetting to most of us is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there. It's on the cusp, man. It's right on the
Yeah.
precipice of it. I think it's like right there. But also we were talking about like how much the tide has turned as far as how much and and somebody has asked twice now in the chat. I do want for you to answer about the microcephaly. They always talk about the deletion, she says, but what about the microcephaly? I
So
don't know
what's the question? Okay, well, the microcephaly is a symptom, or it's a condition that is under the umbrella of the microdeletion. So for example, the what she has is called microdeletion 1q blah blah blah, right? And
Yeah.
under that genetic condition, is microcephaly. Not everyone has the microcephaly, but it's part of it. She has it. Why the microcephaly was a big deal is because when she was born, that's the first thing they identified. And that's what they told her mother. Look, your child has been born with a skull that is not normal. It's not it's too small. And that's what microcephaly is. It's a small
She
skull.
can't buy a hat in a regular store.
Exactly.
She's got to buy the hat in the
right in the baby
department.
section.
Exactly. There you go.
Microcephaly is one of the first things I remember being told about that Gypsy Rose has whenever I first saw her picture on my friend's refrigerator in 2005 in Aurora. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
What's wrong with her? Yeah,
this is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, blah, blah, blah. And started listing off all the conditions that Didi had told her. But the one that stuck out was microcephaly because it's a strange word. I'd never heard of it.
Right.
And I remember asking about it, being told it's her skull is too small. She was born that way. It causes her to have the mind of a 6-year-old is something Didi always said.
Right. So what Didi was saying, yeah, that part wasn't true, but yeah, the microcephaly is and that is what set Didi off on that path of telling Rod she's got a chromosomal disorder, because that's what the microcephaly was telling the doctors at that time. They didn't know what her disorder was. She didn't learn that until she was 20 years old, right?
Because 2011, I think she learned that, right?
That's when she learned it in 2011. Yeah, but that was one of the main symptoms when she was born that they identified. And so that's where that comes from.
I was telling Toddy earlier, I kind of wonder if Didi's insistence on the mind of a 6-year-old thing was to help cover for the way Gypsy would act in public sometimes.
I agree with that. Some of this stuff at first I was like, no, but now the more and more we learn about Gypsy, the more some of these things that we can't know for certain, I can see that happening, like
I agree a million percent. Because it's almost like it's almost like you're taking the mind of a conspiracist believing in some of this shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God. It's
such a wild case. You feel like you're putting on your tinfoil hat sometimes about things. And then later, with stuff like the FOIAs and stuff, that stuff turns out to be right.
Yeah, because if someone would have told me before I saw the FOIA about the toothbrush thing, I would have said, oh, that's crap. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just crazy, right?
Sauce, even the barbecue
Stop making up crazy stuff. Nope, real.
That's true.
I put out a video, or I'm putting out a video. I don't remember which one I said this in, but I was talking about, I guess it's the video I'm putting out about Delphi. And about the way that those girls were found in a ritual type fashion. And I say I said that, people don't think that kids could do the things that they do today, that young people can't, like, how could they come up with it? And you don't need an imagination. Like, all you need is a television set. All you need is to go online and see some of this stuff. And like, it's so scary. So when Gypsy has just like, we didn't give her enough credit, for lack of better terminology, we did not give her enough credit to be as diabolical as she is. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't give her credit for the amount of audacity she would come out of prison with either.
Yeah, I used to think also in the beginning, a lot of what I thought in the beginning about Didi has changed. Now, in a lot of it still stays the same, but I think I was thinking of her as more of a one-dimensional character, that she was this con woman, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really take into consideration at first on my first video, that is what I'm talking about, that she was a mother who was, forced to look at this chromosomal disorder And how would you feel as a mother thinking, oh my God, my child doesn't have a normal skull size? I would be freaked out. I would be like, what the hell? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
course,
she was
of course.
pretty alone too. I mean,
right,
but
right.
it also evidence seems to show that Dee Dee had, possibly mental issues going
Yes.
way back, with the
Yeah.
forged checks and all that strange
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So they're
I agree. I agree with that.
I
I
know.
think because I think I've shared before my sister, I have one sister and she was born with 3 kidneys, and that's also considered was a genetic disorder. And growing up, my mom, I remember as a child, my mom being so affected by this disorder, they didn't know what they were going to do. They knew they had to do a surgery because her kidneys were not working, all 3 of them, and there was she could die. And I remember my mom having was called back then a nervous breakdown. She
Mhm.
just went into this funk, and I remember as a child just being totally traumatized by the whole situation. And
Yeah.
I think probably Dee Dee did feel alone. I'm not dismissing that she lied about a lot of her conditions, and she did some things that, she was a real person, I guess.
Right.
She wasn't just a one-dimensional character. We all have good and bad about us, and
Right.
so yeah, I feel bad now that in my first video I was a little tough on her, but yeah.
I think that that's exactly what we were meant to. CJB Comedy, guys, is another channel. Check him out on TikTok, and he's got a channel on YouTube as well. And he wants to know when the live.
It will be before the last day of this month, so we're just trying to figure that out today. Yeah.
You are so specific. It will be in the next few days. Well,
Yes.
it will be
Yes.
it will be 2 hours before the last day of the last moment,
Before the sun goes down on the 3rd day of the 4th month.
by the 2nd tree in the 3rd yard.
When Venus is in waxing gibbous.
Exactly.
There you
Same
go.
time.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
So yeah, we're excited about that. I'm excited when I
good.
heard that on
Yeah.
the video, when I heard that on your video walking, my ears perked up and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's going to be so
Yeah.
awesome.
Little pumpkins, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Has he kept that? Has he kept that
Somebody
avatar?
sent us a little pumpkins and a little detective outfit. It's really cute.
Is that the avatar you're going to use?
I think we're going to use that avatar with the little
think that's
pumpkin's
cool.
face and a little detective hat. Yeah.
I think that's
that's
great. I
fine.
think that's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's good. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I think that what do you think's going to happen? What's the speculation here about Gypsy Ahoy when I've changed her name a few times. Yeah, but now I've been Gypsy Ahoy. I've been calling her. It's almost like Becca Scoops. Oh,
Becca
now
Scoops,
I realize it is kind of like that. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've changed it to Gypsy Ahoy.
Yes, that's a good one too. I like that one too.
So,
yeah.
I just got to hold it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Like, so she's off parole in 2 months, man.
Oh.
What do you think? And what do you think's going to be the most visual? What do you think we're going to notice the most about her? Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead, 1980. What do you think she's going to do off parole? Do you have any predictions?
Oh, I think she can't wait to go to a bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't wait to get
she's already been. I think she's already been.
You can't wait to go to a bar and be live streaming it, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Do that with the baby in her hand.
With the baby and dancing up on the table or something. Who knows? How she is.
What about you, Becca? Becca Scoops.
I think she's going to be very prevalent on social media, even more so. I think she's going to be hitting back even worse than she is. She's she lets her, her little dogs do her dirty work, but I think she's going to say like she said, you got me by the short and curlies, but wait till I'm off, parole, that whole thing. So, yeah, I think she is addicted to social media. She's addicted to what we all say about her, and she's going to be very involved. Yep.
Isn't that so? I agree 1,000,000% with all of that. I want to know now, the next question is, and I think that she's going to be much more in our face. You know what I mean? Like much more more mean girls in our face. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, but I want to know, like, she has tried so many things now. Let's be honest. Case
Yeah.
put out a great video, the David Attenborough video. He put out a great video, if you guys haven't seen it, where he's doing, I've done these videos, but he actually used, I think, Attenborough's voice. So I don't know
But
how.
yeah, that was so good. Yeah.
So
Yeah. In the wild, Gypsy in the wild. Yes.
Yep. So that's very good. If you guys haven't seen Case Studies, his channel is so hard to find. When you look him up, I would look him up, Case
Studies
Morbid.
Gypsy. You have to like Case
Or
Study
Morbid.
Gypsy.
Like usually I'll do Morbid and it'll come up. Because some of Case Studies on Gypsy have come up. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So his channel's really hard to find, but well worth, I have him on some of my links, on some of my videos. I have him on some of my links. Anyway, but he put out a great video. So my thing is, she has tried folding clothes, I guess, online. So what would we call that? Like laundering online? She's tried she's tried like taking care of her baby online, which obviously is a joke. So that daycare center, as you know, we put out of business at this point. That's no longer in existence, the daycare center. And so she's gone to the cooking she's failed at. I mean,
that didn't work.
Right. And the beauty line or the beauty influencer. I mean, I think it did. Nina is genius, but everybody could also see that the blow dryer, the hair curler wasn't plugged in that time. Remember? And she's awful with makeup. She's just awful with makeup. Like she needs to go to Nina for help.
She does.
I don't think Nina would help her. I
don't think not at this point. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like she really blew her chance at any kind of prison advocacy more than ever recently by ranking prisoners and talking about how they deserve to be there. Like that's not what you do as an advocate. Like
you don't do that anyway in case you go back.
Yeah,
no kidding.
Plus they have family on the outside, and like if that's how she's going to act about her fellow prisoners, who the hell is she supposed to be advocating for?
It just shows just how arrogant she is, just like
the audacity I was talking about.
But you also just made a good point because she's so worried about her baby and what content creators are gonna do. You're gonna sit there and bash, what these prisoners and their families are on the outside. I mean, like, so but who is she to speak? Like she has tried everything. You know what I mean? Like she's thrown like spaghetti on the wall and just which noodle's gonna stick there. And now there's a workout thing where she uses
that workout.
Oh
my God.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say, come on, be fair, but you can't use that in a sentence. You cannot use that word in a sentence with her. So, to me, she's just like, but she's tried she's tried so much. And I don't understand. I guess it's all about the fact that she loves herself. And because she doesn't need the money. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, she could, do something if she really wanted to.
I think she's gotten a little addicted to probably whatever money I know she's made some money with Lifetime and stuff, but we all know, the money runs out and it's going to run out,
The nose surgery and stuff wasn't cheap. And it sounded like whenever Ken was getting on her about buying all the baby stuff, it sounds like she's got a bit of a shopping addiction.
Yes.
Well,
I believe that.
You saw the house. Come on, man. You saw the house. Look at all the shit that was in that house.
Yeah.
That was all for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
So, do you guys think Ken's going to marry her or no? Because that's what she wants, right?
Oh yeah, she
course.
hints at it all the time. In that one
Yeah.
episode, she's
Hint,
like,
that's
I
not
don't know
those
what
aren't
we're gonna
hints.
do about
Those
a
are not
marriage.
hints. They're not
Yeah.
hints. I mean, that's
No,
like
it's
getting hit
straight
by a
up.
flat
Yeah.
truck. Exactly.
Like that one episode I was talking about, she literally looked at Ken on camera and goes, I don't know what we're gonna do about a marriage. And like
Right.
that's beyond hint. Like, yeah. And Ken is not about it. You can just tell.
No. When he left her
doesn't-
laying on the bed, that was like oh my God. That was
Yeah.
like, yeah. That was
He
so
kept
funny.
running away from her.
He doesn't need to be, I think she's talking about Dee Dee here.
Yeah.
But
I think she needs I'm really bad at this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. But I'm not very good at it apparently. I think she I just think that Dee Dee, I forgot what we were talking about, so I'm not even gonna act it. Continue on.
We were talking
please.
about Ken not being interested in her.
Oh, as far as the marriage and wanting
Yeah.
to marry her.
Yeah.
Why would he doesn't need to do it now. He's connected to her for life.
forever. Yeah.
You know,
forever.
if that's true, if it's true, do you still think that, what do you got? So Becca, let me ask you, what do you think? And then I'm going to ask you, so think about it over there,
Yeah.
Millennial. Do you think that the baby is Ken's or that the baby's Ryan's? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the baby's Ken's. I do. And there's a lot of weird stuff, but I'll be honest with you, there is a lot of weird stuff with the pregnancy. There is. I can't deny that,
Right. What do you think, Millennial?
I do think the baby's Ken's because I don't think that I think if they were faking the paternity results that someone would have leaked them. But I'd also think that they lied about the pregnancy timeline.
Yes.
I think they lied about the timeline and that they might have obscured the birth date too. And she may have been born sooner than that, which, obviously makes everyone think Ryan, but likely her and Ken were banging earlier than they admitted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Absolutely so.
Yeah. I think that too.
Ryan's been pretty quiet online, no or yes? Because I've been.
Yes. Ryan. Yeah, I haven't seen him lately, right? No TikTok lives or.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him since that one he did with Amber J.
Yeah.
I love that too. And
that was cool.
He looked really happy.
He seemed like he was having fun.
I'll say this here again. I said it during I was on with Case a few weeks ago that the only time Ken ever tried to contact me. Do you know this story?
No. Nope.
Yeah, this is kind of this is why I think stuff with the pregnancy is weird. So I have never had anyone from the Gypsy verse really try to contact me except for Ken. And it was after the live that remember when Ken was on Morbid talking about the pregnancy? Does everyone kind of remember that?
Yep.
He came on and he was really mean to Nina and that whole thing. They got into like kind of okay. And during that live, I confronted him nicely, I think. I wasn't mean, but I confronted him about the timeline. And I was asking about why would they induce the pregnancy and all that. Okay.
I remember that. I do remember that.
After the live stream ended, I get a message from Morbid and he says, "Hey, Ken needs to talk to you ASAP." And I'm like, "What?" Like I've never spoken to Ken except for on the live,
Right.
I have no, I've never emailed him. We've never contacted off, the live stream in any way. And Morbid's like, "No, he needs to talk to you right away. He wants to talk to you in the Discord." And I didn't do Discord at the time. And I was like, okay, well, anyways, how do I do that? We ended up in a private server that Morbid made just for Ken and I. And we were kind of going back and forth like, hey, I'm typing in, hey, what's going on? And he's like, "Yeah, I need to talk to you, but I'm at work. Can you come back tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Long story short, what happens next is Ken's mom ends up on a live with Morbid. The very next time Morbid goes live, Raina, Ken's mother, is up in there on the live, right?
Right,
And
right.
she's there to dispel any myths or anything about this pregnancy. She goes, I'm here to tell you blah 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 blah. And so basically what happened was whatever I was uncovering or whatever they thought I was uncovering, they were all up in arms about it, needed to talk to me, and then Raina comes on the live to kind of put all this whatever to bed, this whatever speculation they thought I was uncovering. And I just think that's
remember that.
interesting. I think it's interesting that out of everything I've ever done, all the videos I've done on Gypsy, that the only time they freak out is over that. Kind of weird.
Yeah. And I think, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Millennial.
I was just saying, bye, CJB. He said he's got to get home.
Yeah. So I think that there's too much that came up during the time of that. So that was the hacking thing that was going on. Remember?
Yeah.
There was Christy. Christy had said that if a baby was there, she said on a stack of Bibles, right? Or on a Bible, to me, it doesn't matter. It's a Bible, it's a Bible. That if there was a baby, that she wouldn't be on her road trip or wherever she was going to, right?
Right.
And then I think that baby was born in November. I don't think that baby was born in December. And I think that Ryan wouldn't fight about that baby if he had really no chance of being in that baby's life and no future with Gypsy. And I think that Gypsy definitely has something on Ryan that keeps him quiet, and it's not an NDA. I think she actually has something that he shared with her that would make him
look
be
bad
vulnerable.
or be embarrassed or humiliated or something.
Yeah, that he could
Probably,
even lose the
probably
job
so.
over. That he could, and the reason being, because I could see Gypsy saying, "Oh, I don't know if I deserve you. You're so good," and manipulating the situation so that he could say, "I'm not so good." Like 10 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see it. I just see that being played out. So I think she has something on him that keeps him stumped, because the other thing would be horrible. He'd lose his career and lose the girl. What's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, there's something with the baby. There's something with the baby that I don't know what it is. Probably I don't know. Nobody knows, but that Raina had to come up on that live and cover for him. I don't know what it is. It could be the date, like a lot of people speculate. Could be that, because I was asking, why are we inducing the baby why don't you just let the baby, why can't she just go into labor? I don't understand. Why are you talking about inducing the labor? It just seemed, everything just seemed weird to me,
Right. No, I remember.
I wonder if it's really, if they really freak out, about something about the baby, or if it's because Gypsy goes nuts pressuring them, they're talking about the baby, you've got to fight for us.
Yeah.
And they feel more apt to make a move with her saying fight for the baby as opposed to fight for me, when I think they all hear that all the time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I'm sure. That's a great point. That would bring Raina out too as the grandmom, right? Yeah.
Well, anytime she takes on that victim role, but if anybody really do you think that Raina has read the book? Do you think that Raina has? I mean, not everybody could be on board with this and be so stupid. I mean, I just can't believe that.
I think she's read the book. I think she said she did, or did she say she didn't?
I don't know.
Remember.
I think she said she did. I think she's well aware. I think I have 3 sons that are grown. I think it's difficult when your son chooses someone and you don't want to at least publicly say things that may be off color about, I don't think. Let me say this. I think Raina's probably a good person. I don't think she wants Ken to be with Gypsy probably, but what can she do? He's a grown man, you know.
Well, she did say in that one episode, that she told him she wants a baby, that, Rod wasn't the only one saying she wants a baby, don't do it. She wants a baby, don't do it. And then a month later he
Yeah.
calls, he's like, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the most serious question.
Okay.
Why are people not mad about her spending their money on sex toys? $300.
Oh, God.
We don't want to think
Well,
about that.
somebody wrote
Why
that
would they
very
have that in the show? I mean, didn't anyone tell Gypsy, not a good look, not a good look, hun.
The FOIAs are coming out. The FOIAs are coming out.
Well, she flipped out about the rumors whenever Ken simply said, you don't eat much. And,
Right.
went on and on. You got to think about the rumors and what people are going to say. What rumors did she think were going to come of her and Brie going to a sex store together?
I know.
That's what's
After
weird
the
to me
FOIA.
about it.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me how she doesn't think like this isn't a good look. She just doesn't. I don't think she's completely like an idiot, obviously, but she doesn't have common sense in a lot of these situations. It's just
She can't think on the fly.
No,
Yeah.
she can't.
She cannot think on the
can't.
fly.
Well, and too ruled by emotion
This is
to make
interesting.
solid decisions.
Yeah, that's
That's-
true. That's true.
Ken is going to marry for a third season.
Maybe.
She might
Yeah, that's funny.
withhold some of that lifetime money until he marries her.
Yeah.
And then we
Because
have
all the
Cougarish
restaurant-
73 saying, I still believe there's no baby.
Yeah, there's I saw that one guy on TikTok that I think it was early in the morning, but he was saying there's no baby. And did you guys see that video? Guy with the older guy with long hair on TikTok?
No.
Oh, okay. It was pretty
Can
funny.
you guys hear these animals that live above me, the banging? Does anybody hear that?
No. Is it loud?
Oh my God, it's so loud. It's so
I bet you're
loud.
anxious for your trailer.
Man, I can't wait to run it up here and run them over in it. I mean, they're horrible. They are horrible. I just want to put my trailer
Yeah.
right on top of them.
I don't know how you do. I've only lived in an apartment once, and wow.
Yeah, well, you see how long this lasted, one whole year.
Yeah,
Can't do
that's
it.
enough.
Can't do it. And they're fine people, but like,
Yeah.
how do you well, yeah, I mean, like, we're friendly and everything, but I mean, like, come on, like, there was just
Crash.
it's not. It's like, first, I don't even want to get into it.
What is
I
it?
get more
Tell us.
joy talking out of Gypsy.
Well, back to that, Fitz and Giggles said in the comments, you would think knowing the videos she sent to Nick and all the Damona and Ruby stuff, she would avoid talking about anything sexual. Yeah.
Yes, right. I mean, she's just like doubling down on it. Like, yeah, I'm going to the sex shop. It's like, what are you doing?
See, I think she'll do an OnlyFans.
Oh, I do
Or
too.
cameos or
I
something.
do too.
I think
I
she'll
do.
do something like, because she has no shame. Listen, I can appreciate somebody being so confident and comfortable in their own body.
Exactly.
But then again, when we say that, remember all of the scars from the many surgeries she claims.
Oh, God,
Let's
right.
remember those, okay? So
Mhm.
I can appreciate somebody being so comfortable in their own body that they don't have a problem. I am not one of those people. I have never been one of those people. Even when I felt at my fittest, I've just never been like one of
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't have any problem with anybody that does that, but yeah. But the
You know-
other thing is that she tries to say, I'm classy. I'm not
See, that's
classy.
the way
right?
she does it, and it's the way she does it, which is totally not classy.
I know, she's
come on,
not.
man. Come on.
Yeah.
She
Come
talked
on.
Yeah.
on OnlyFans and on, all
Barbecue sauce. Come on. That's not class. That's not class. That's not
But
class.
she talked down on it so bad, but she also
Put it out there
keeps
for
saying over and
free.
over. Yep, keeps saying
Yeah.
over and over that she's going to leave social media and this and that. And Brie and
God.
the others are always up on a live being like, Gypsy didn't lie, she changed her mind. So
Yeah.
when she does OnlyFans, it won't be that she lied whenever she talked down on him. She just changed her mind.
Just
Well, she
changed her
wasn't
mind,
going to show
exactly.
any part of the baby. Not any part of the baby.
Right.
Yep.
Not any part of the
Mhm.
baby. Not any part of the baby. She showed the baby on a live stream. We saw it. She
Yeah.
showed the baby on a live stream, the side of the face. She knows what she's doing as
Of
far
course
as
she knew
that
what she was
goes.
doing.
That was
Yes.
totally on purpose. I watched the whole thing. Yep.
Now let me ask you a question. How do you feel about that content creator that took the sticker off? You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah,
I
I didn't
haven't
see it.
watched it.
I haven't watched it either.
I
But you
don't
guys, so
need to do that.
you guys know what I'm talking about or no?
I do know what you're
no,
talking about.
I mean, she took the sticker off the baby picture to show the face. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Was
person
it the real
got-
face or not?
So listen, so here's what happened. So the person has an app, it's a free app, and it removes emojis.
Oh, okay.
They removed the picture, the emoji of Gypsy. I think it was at Easter with the baby, and it was
Yeah.
a front picture of the baby. And but not only did they remove the emoji, they also enhanced the face to make it, what it honestly would look like. Because I guess it was a little blurry after they removed the emojis.
Okay.
And so now there's controversy, which I definitely understand. I would not have removed an emoji. It's there for a reason. That baby is
Right.
innocent.
Face.
So
Yeah.
how do you guys feel about it?
I'm not interested in the baby's face. I don't see
Me
any reason
neither.
why you would do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not interested in. It doesn't matter to me if I see the baby's face or not. I do care about that she made such a big deal saying I'm not going to show the baby's face, and then
Mhm.
ultimately she did. The side view,
Exactly.
obviously.
That's a different thing.
As far as this woman or man or whoever did that, yeah, I don't think too highly of that. But
It's something that Bree would do for
but
somebody
she's
else.
no. That I was just going to say that, but because what Gypsy doesn't understand is that Gypsy thinks she's like all of us. Meaning, when I say all of us, I mean we haven't gone to prison. We're not infamous.
The average bear.
We're the average bears, right?
Right,
People aren't calling me up to try to do lifetime series, reality series.
Well, I
with
do
me.
have a strong
Yet.
desire now to see Bad News Bears, the original one.
Oh, I've seen that. That's
I
good.
love that.
Yeah, I do too. But what Gypsy thinks is that she is like us, and then she gets upset, like, well, no one should, do this to me, blah blah blah. Well, that's part of it. It's part of being on a reality series. Gypsy is people like this woman who took the emoji off your baby's face. Those things are going to happen.
Not
they're
only
gonna
that,
happen.
when you're unpopular, that's totally it, because I've never heard of that happening before. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have
Right.
done it, but
No, I
maybe
wouldn't have
somebody
either.
pulled the picture, the emoji off, just because the fact that she doesn't even know that there's apps for this. She does nothing to check on anything. Everything is by the seat of her pants. I have
Yeah.
a question. How many of you think she's going to be a mommy vlogger? All two of you. How many of you think she's gonna be a
Definitely.
mommy vlogger?
Definitely, she's going to be any exercise, mommy, beauty. She's trying it all.
Yeah, but
she's
what do you
trying it
think will
all.
stick?
No.
What do you think will finally stick? I think she's going to
None
try
of
to be a
them.
mommy vlogger.
None of them. Nobody's
you
going to
think-
take advice from a mother murderer. I mean, come on,
I mean, her stands are always going to eat up whatever she does, but I don't think she's ever going to gain more fans
No,
than
she.
fans that she
Everyone,
has.
yeah, everyone hate watches her at this point. I think
Right.
she's
she
she's
makes some
on.
money off. She makes some money off of TikTok. I see
Yeah,
that.
hate
She
watching.
does.
There are a few. Yeah, I mean, there are people that are still, oh, girl, that are throwing money at her. But I don't think with her. It says she has 9 million followers, but the views to her TikTok really don't match that. So there are a lot of people that aren't engaged with her any longer.
Or she's bought some. Or she's
bought.
some.
Yeah.
Yep. Or she's bought some.
A lot of
Because
them.
and I believe that half of them are definitely hate followers. Definitely.
Well, it's like how Casey Anthony got all those followers immediately. Most of those people don't love Casey Anthony. They just want to see
No.
what the hell she was going to post.
Exactly. Yeah. There for the train wreck. And yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, what else, guys? because it's another Sunday night. What are we up to tonight? Anybody doing anything special? I'm going to be
No.
watching 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, are you into that show? Yeah.
Oh, mess. I'm so addicted.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to watch an episode of that so we can talk about it. But
Yeah, I
Oh
do
my
too.
God.
I don't know about that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well, let me tell you something. It's like quicksand. Because it's like an octopus with quicksand. It's like an octopus on the bottom of quicksand because
Oh,
there's
no.
so many tentacles to the show. There's so
Okay.
many franchises of this show that it's
Yeah.
not just that you watch one. You got to watch 90 Day Fiance and then
Right.
90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, 90 Day
Oh, God.
Fiance
Okay.
after the and then you got to
Yeah.
watch Last Resort, 90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
And then
wow.
all the tell-alls. And wait a minute, then you got to watch In Between the Sheets when you're watching older older
God.
castmates watching 90
Oh,
Day
no.
Fiance. It's a
Oh, no.
whole rigmarole. Then
Oh,
you
no.
even have new ones that are watching themselves on 90 Day
Watching.
Fiancé. There's like no shit.
I
I'm
don't
telling you,
know.
there's like 5 or 6 different franchises.
Oh,
It
I
is
don't
an
know.
addiction. It is quicksand with a giant octopus on the bottom just grabbing
Yeah.
you.
No,
Where
I
do you
know
see
people
the
get
new-
addicted. Yeah.
where do you
Yep.
see the new episodes at, Toddy?
So on Discovery Plus, but I
Okay.
think Bravo. I don't have regular cable and I have Discovery Plus on my streaming.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. Yeah, we got a
yeah.
few streaming services, so I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
do too. Yeah.
I would if I were you, if you're gonna purchase it, I honestly think it's cheaper to purchase it from Discovery Plus as opposed to Amazon through Amazon Prime and a sister
Gotcha.
channel. I think it's actually cheaper and it's more updated. Like tonight, I'll be able to watch 90 Day Fiance, but if I only had it on the Netflix or the Amazon Prime one,
Right.
it wouldn't come on. I don't think it would come on tomorrow. I think so.
Right.
Heads
Right.
up on that. So
Right.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and I'm only off one day this week, so
Okay.
and that's tonight. Tomorrow night,
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
That's your catch-up
work
night.
someplace else.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's your catch-up night.
Yep, absolutely. I still have emails to catch up on. I'm ashamed to say, but I do. I have emails to catch up on.
Yeah.
And that's about it for me, guys. I mean, I don't have all that much more to say. Becca, it was a joy because this was a surprise.
Yeah, it was. I saw you guys were live. I'm like, hey, what are they doing? Let me go see.
We were up to no
Awesome.
good. We were
Thanks for
smoking.
coming on.
We were smoking.
Smoking, chatting.
I know. I was well, I do I vape. I was vaping.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I was vaping while you
Oh,
guys were
cool.
smoking. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Very cool. And 1980 Millennial. What a treasure.
Oh, thank
Love
you.
you. I love that you do those videos of the, because I watch you. I don't watch the episode. I watch you because I can't watch it.
Thank
I
you.
can't watch it alone. I need you to help me through it. You know what I mean?
And you do it detail by detail. So
Yes.
guys, like I do that show, but I miss a lot. But 1980 does detail by detail.
Yes.
So you actually do not even have to watch the show.
You don't have to watch it. Just go watch her. Trust me.
because we already know
Yeah.
how the characters behave. Just
Right.
watch her. She is so great. She's excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
With
Thank
the
you,
little
ladies. I
puns
really
that are
Yep.
coming in, the punches in between, the sense of humor. It's much more entertaining. Trust
It's-
me, it's much more entertaining.
It's way you can get through it actually. Yeah. So
Yes,
go
much
see
more
it.
entertaining
Yep.
for sure.
Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate both of you. Y'all are awesome.
Appreciate you too, guys.
Awesome.
All right, well, I'm gonna call it. I got
Okay.
another video to put out. I'm gonna call it, and
All right, guys.
that's it. Thank you as always, guys. Have a great
You're
rest of the day.
welcome.
You
Give
too.
me
Thank
the
you.
extra pets, and I can't wait, Becca. Please give me a personal heads up about
It's
when you're
gonna be
going
we'll
live.
give all of you guys a personal heads up for when we're gonna go live, and we hope that
Can't
you all
wait
can
for that.
join
I'm
us.
so excited. So
Okay.
excited about that.
All right, guys.
All right, take
Thank you
care,
so
people in the
much.
chit chat. Thank you so much,
All
guys
right,
in the chat.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Becca. Thank you, guys in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope that this was fun for you. It was fun for me. And yeah, I'm not very good with this, to be honest with you, with all these comments and stuff, because I get into conversation and then I lose my train of thought. And excuse me, that's terrible. But Millennial's pretty good at yeah, you damn right. Millennial's very good at reading stuff that needs to be said. So anyway. So I'm gonna call it a night, guys. My throat's a little sore too. I saw that video, baby. Here today. It's a great Beatles song. Sister Wives. I love Sister Wives. And guys, I can't commit to all that TV either. It's hard, man. It's hard. It is hard. I gotta be honest with you. Let me see. What do you think about Jasmine? She's been spiraling lately. Jasmine? Yeah, well, I have no respect for Jasmine. First of all, she left her kids behind. I don't know if you're still here, Fits and Giggles. She left her kids behind, right? And now she's got a new kid. And I think she knew exactly what she was doing. But I also think that if Gino didn't want to be with her sexually, he should have just let her go. And I understand why he wouldn't. If she's that unlikable, I get it. Yeah, I don't think she likes Ryan because I think that Ryan didn't back down to her. I think Ryan wanted to build a life with Gypsy, and I think that she's a bad influence. I think he deemed her as a bad influence, you know? And she was a bad influence, clearly. Look at what she did. So that's what I think. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I'm sorry. That makes me sad for you. Next Saturday, May 3rd, is Dee Dee's birthday. Let us give her a respect memorial despite her fraud. She did everything for Gypsy. Ahoy! You were blunting? Oh, gosh. I think that's what 1980 was doing too. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Oh, I didn't. Aunt Edna, my pleasure. She is top star. Top star. She's 5 star. She is. This week is what book signing, Jenny Light? Thank you. Thank you. Vaping is illegal in Utah. It's such a beautiful state, too. Morbid is going to do May 3rd. I would love to jump on that panel and just say nice things about Dee Dee that now we know, you know. Did y'all see how low the baby's ears are? It looks like. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are great. You guys are great. She is talentless. Ben Real, I hope you get your shit figured out there, Leland Squirrels. I got a video to put up, guys. You guys are top notch. I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you. My birthday, May 24th. We're going to do a live stream. We're doing a live stream on that day. I'm going to give stuff away for my birthday as appreciation for you guys. All right, guys. All right, guys, be good. Okay, I'm gonna go. I know there's 201 of you. I'm gonna go, guys. I so appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Check out the newer stuff I'm putting out, the Delphi stuff, please. And the and share that, please. It would mean so much to get to the algorithm so that I'm not only talking about Gypsy Rose and the Jen Sodto case, please, the Matty Sodto case. The Matty Sodto case, please, please. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Ciao, baby. I said ciao because somebody put that there. All right. Leland Squirrels. Okay, cool. All right. You were still on. Okay, guys, be good. All right. Thank you and thank you and thank you again. I'm going now.